Week 10 waiver wire. Let's get it started. Do you have questions at quarterback? Don't worry, I got you. Sam Darnold has had 20 or more fantasy points 3 of the last 4 games. Now he gets to go up against Arizona. Arizona's defense is solid, but they're not the Houston Texans. Darnold should be fine. Plus, now he has a speedster in Rashid Shaheed. Nice. JJ McCarthy should be solid going up against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are projected to be up, so they'll need to come back. He had 3 touchdowns this week. Pretty good for a rookie. With Jaden Daniels going down, Marcus Mariota is going to be the starter. He's a running quarterback, so he should be all right. Going up against Detroit, they're going to need to score to keep up. They're heavy underdogs, but Mariota's a solid flyer. Speaking of flyers, Jacoby Brissett had 3 touchdowns last week, and he gets to start again this week. Not sure what's going on with Kyler Murray, but it's Brissett's job for now. If you need somebody, you can do worse. Not the best matchup. He should be solid. He's got some good weapons. And if Joe Flacco's still out there, go get him. I don't care that he's going on a bye. If you got space, the man's going to sling it when he plays. Moving on to running backs. Are you having a rough time at running back? Don't worry, I got you. I'm going to be honest with you, running back's pretty thin. Tajay Spears has been getting some work on a bad team, but honestly, it's really just a bunch of backups that'll be okay while the starter's there and good when the starter's gone. Spears is on the 50-50 side, but most of these guys are going to be backups that you could possibly start in a pinch. Now, if you have any of these starters, prioritize these backups. For Trey Benson, it's going to be Emari Demercado. The problem with him is Michael Carter's involved, Bam Knight's involved. It's a little shaky. Saquon Barkley's backup seems to be Tank Bigsby. Last time we saw Saquon, he was a little banged up. Quinshon Judkins was banged up last time we saw him. If he doesn't play or is limited, Dylan Sampson will get more work. For Travis Etienne, you're going to want Bashal Tootin. He got into the end zone this week. Solid backup. For Breece Hall, you're going to want to grab Tyler Algier. Honestly, probably the better of the backups. Algier's actually good. If you have Breece Hall, the backup's going to be Isaiah Davis, especially with Braylon Allen out. I really thought Breece was going to get traded, but apparently they wanted a third, and the Chiefs were only willing to give up a fourth. Come on, Kansas City. You needed a running back. For Kyron Williams, you're going to want to grab Blake Corum. He's starting to get more work, too. And check to make sure Kyle Monungai isn't out there. That dude balled out this week. He's rostered in 72% of leagues, but that means there's 28% that don't have him. If you're one of those leagues, grab him. Moving on to the wide receivers. Are you weak at wide receiver? Don't worry, I got you. Parker Washington has had back-to-back games with 9 or more targets, and his team's banged up. Travis Hunter's on IR. Brian Thomas Jr.'s banged up. And yeah, they just got Jacoby Myers, but it's going to take him a minute to get up to speed. Parker Washington's going to do some work. Go grab him. Troy Franklin had a rough game against the Houston Texans, but they're a great defense. He still had 10 targets. Love to see that. I think he's worth an ad for sure. Follow the targets. Speaking of targets, Alec Pierce had 13 last week. Yeah, I know they were losing, but now they get to go up against the Atlanta Falcons and love the opportunities. And the Falcons don't really scare you. Christian Watson's actually on the opposite side of the spectrum. He's only had 4 targets, but they've had some major injuries. Who knows when Jayden Reed's going to be back? Side note, if you have an IR, make sure he's not out there. Matthew Golden got a little banged up. Tucker Kraft is going to be out for the whole year with a torn ACL. That's brutal. And the other guys don't really step up. Christian Watson, when healthy, really good receiver. Deep threat. Trey Tucker becomes a little more interesting with Jacoby Myers gone. And Tej Johnson is still going to be a good pickup. The Bucs were on bye, so he's probably out there in a decent amount of leagues, but we need receiver help on the Bucs. Tez is going to be pretty solid. Moving on to the tight ends. Are you having a tough time at tight end? Don't worry, I got you. Welcome to the party, Colston Loveland. It's been a while. Nice of you to join us. My man had over 100 yards and 2 of them things. Them things is touchdowns. 2 of them things. One was from a 58-yard long touchdown run after he got through some people. I'm a little concerned on the consistency because they have a bunch of mouths to feed there, but they didn't draft him top 10 for nothing. Great grab. You can go back to the well with Harold Fannin. Last time we saw him, he had 18 fantasy points. Solid grab going up against a Jets team that doesn't scare you. Cade Otton's had double-digit fantasy points 3 of the last 4 weeks. Like I said earlier, we need pass catchers. Cade Otton fills a little bit of that void. Solid grab. If these guys aren't out there, here's 4 guys that are probably not rostered. that I think are pretty solid or have upside. Theo Johnson is touchdown dependent, but he's had a touchdown in 4 of the last 6 games. Dalton Schultz has had double-digit fantasy points 3 of the last 4 games. That's pretty good. Likely is getting worked back into the offense. He's more of a hold than a play, but he's got upside. And with Tucker Kraft out, Luke Musgrave should get a little more work. I'm not overly excited about it, but if you're desperate, you're desperate. Moving on to the defenses. Are you desperate for a defense? Don't worry, I got you. The Cleveland Browns go against the New York Jets. If I've told you once, I've told you a million times, follow the bad offenses. The Jets aren't very good. And the Browns are incredible. Fire them up. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going up against the Houston Texans. We don't know if CJ Stroud is going to be healthy enough to play in this game. He got knocked out last week. I obviously like them better if CJ sits, but even if he plays, then they can be okay. The Buffalo Bills go up against the Miami Dolphins. They're the Dolphins. Do I really need to say much more? Plus, the Bills are probably out there because they played the Kansas City Chiefs, and people aren't really trying to play defenses against the Chiefs. And if none of these guys are out there, I know this team's going to be there. The Carolina Panthers just held the Green Bay Packers to 13 points. And now they get the New Orleans Saints in a division matchup, and the Saints are terrible and just traded away Shaheed and an offensive lineman. Yeah, Panthers should be a good play this week. So that's going to do it for my waiver wire episode. If you have any questions, hit me up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell down below. I'll see you soon, Bay Nation. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace.